Cancer. I'm going to be doing a self-love tarot reading. These are general readings. If they don't resonate with you this week, come back next week and maybe I can help you then. These are self-love readings designed for Spirit to showcase areas where we may be letting ourselves down or just not being authentic enough. I do a 6-card spread, Cancer, and I shuffled a little bit before I got started, but that was a terrible shuffle, so let's try it one more time. There we go. Alright, that should be good. Like I said, I do a 6-card spread. This first card is going to be how you feel right now, or maybe just where you are. This second card is going to be something that Spirit wants you to make a priority of. Prioritize your needs or anything like that. In this third position is going to be an area where you might like consciously or like subconsciously be letting yourself down. We all do that to some extent or another, but Spirit is saying, hey, pick it up, you know, don't just keep letting yourself down. Come on. In the fourth position, we have an area where you can be more authentic with yourself. Self-love is about self-acceptance, but it's hard to accept parts of ourself that we don't acknowledge. And so this is acknowledging those areas, helping us highlight places where we can be more accepting. We're all multifaceted. We're all interested in all kinds of things. We all do all kinds of different things and think all kinds of things, and just accepting those parts of ourselves is really important. And this fifth position is going to be something Spirit wants you to let go of. And then the sixth position is going to be something Spirit wants you to acknowledge. And the last position, like I said, or if I didn't, Spirit message. I'm going to clarify everything with the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck. I will show you everything as we go. And we can get started, Cancer. Cancer, in the first position, how you feel, or where you are, we have the Ruin card. Ruins come up a lot this week, and I swear I shuffle. Oh, it's so interesting. Cancer, if you feel right now like you are dealing with the Ten of Swords, I want you to know that I understand, and that can be very hard, but also I want you to know that that's not something that will last, and so I don't want you to be too defeated. I don't feel, well, you do look very defeated. Those swords just all up in your back, but I always see the Ten of Swords as ego death, and I feel like an ego death is actually a really good thing. I think of ourselves as shiny, beautiful gems, geodes. We're crystals. We're all special and unique and beautiful. But when you find a geode in the ground, it's not like gorgeous and lovely. No, you have to like crack it open and you have to polish it down. I feel like the Ten of Swords is like an ego death. It's just polishing away those walls that we've built around our beautiful geode that in the past have protected us, but now we don't need. So if you're in this energy right now, Cancer, I don't want you to worry because it won't last, and it's probably just here to show you something. I told you it won't last. In this position of something Spirit wants you to prioritize. Ooh, Spirit's giving you the go-ahead to pursue this Seven of Cups. Traditionally, it's about choices, but here I think that choice has been made pretty clear right there. Ooh, yeah, Cancer. Seven of Cups, it says debauch. I'm pretty sure this is what the word the debauchery comes from. The debauchery is just like giving in to your earthly pleasures. Well, Spirit is saying, yeah, prioritize more of that. Sensuality, right? Because they're very intertwined. In this third position, Spirit wants you to acknowledge an area where you might not be giving yourself 100%. Maybe you're not bringing as much as energy as you need to the situation. And Spirit is saying, hey, you really got to pick it up. I guess it's important, you know, to who you are. Sometimes change can be hard, and so we're just like, oh, you know, I had a long day, I just want to deal with it now. And Spirit's like, no, right now, do it now. And that's this King of Cups. So the King of Cups is probably the most emotionally mature king because he's the King of Cups. He is somebody who has embraced and integrated both aspects of himself, both masculine and feminine. The reason for this is because he's the King of Cups. He is someone who is grounded in his feminine energy. He has, you know, gone within and done the inner searching to really figure out what fills his cup. It's a crab. A crab fills his cup. Do you fill somebody's cup, Cancer? You little crab. He's gone within and done all that searching to figure out what it is that he wants. But he is the masculine energy. So now that he's figured out what he wants internally, he's the external going after what it is that he wants. And so Spirit is saying that you might have put going after what your heart wants on the back burner. And Spirit is saying, oh, no. Bring it to that foreground. Make that a part of your life. Make that a priority in your life. That masculine energy. In this fourth position, something that Spirit wants you to acknowledge about yourself. Showcase about yourself. Well, Cancer, you have the moon, which I'm pretty sure is your energy. Cancer, Pisces, right? That's me. I'm Pisces. That's why I'm smiling and being weird. Sorry. Cancer, Pisces. So, here we see the illusions. And I keep thinking about her by herself up there. And I think the illusion is that, like, she's alone. But if you see the dogs, they're calling up. Look. Oh, they're like calling up to her. So she's not actually alone, but I think that's the illusion of her being alone. And so for Spirit to put this here, I think that it would indicate, like, Spirit wants you to acknowledge that you have illusions about being alone. I'm not getting like a full story yet. So let's see. In the fifth position, something Spirit wants you to leave behind, this is the weirdest, is happiness, right? So Spirit doesn't ever want you to not be happy. If you think about it, if you truly think about it, the things that you love in life kind of determine the path that you follow, hopefully. Some of us get confused and we follow the path of things that we don't like in life. That's common. That's a mistake. We just need thicker glasses. Spirit doesn't want you to not be happy. In fact, everything that is in your life is to lead you to that happiness. This is that Nine of Cups, though. I kind of feel like Spirit is saying here that I want you to give up on this sense that that's enough, you know? Like, it's enough to just have the Nine of Cups. Maybe there's like settling, you know? It's great. People, you know that song by the Beatles, all you need is love, right? No, you need a lot more than that. You need respect. Love itself is based on mutual respect and trust. If you don't have respect, if you don't have trust, I would argue that you don't have love in a situation. Somebody could have broken your trust, but you do respect them as a person, and so you're willing to forgive and like repair that trust, and that's fine. But if somebody doesn't respect you when they treat you poorly, or they demean you, or they attack you physically or emotionally or mentally, that's a lack of respect, and that's not love. Also, that goes against the first rule, which is like safety first, and like you can't be violent towards someone and call that love. I'm sorry. This is a self-love zone. We don't tolerate nonsense like that. That's not love. But you need more than love in a relationship. You need respect and trust. And then because you have respect and because you have trust, you're able to build open communication. Those are the two main components. If you are in a situation where you're happy, that might not be enough. That's what Spirit is saying. So let go of this idea that happiness isn't enough, because it's just the 9 of Cups and you could have the 10. I'm trying to see how this all fits. Yes. Oh, all right. See, okay. In the position of what Spirit wants you to acknowledge, this could be something that's in your environment and maybe you're not aware of it yet. Or maybe it hasn't come into your environment, but Spirit wants you to know that it's off on that distant horizon. And if you just keep working, you're getting closer and closer every single day. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. Do you see what I mean here with this? Like, you don't stop at the 9. Just because you're happy, that might not be enough, Cancer, okay? You want that 10 of Pentacles. And it is there. It's totally available. I love this. This is quite interesting. I don't know what's going on, but I want to. In the 7th position, this is Spirit message to you. Okay, so Spirit is saying there is a choice to be made. But you have to deal with your emotions to make that choice. You'd be surprised how many of these readings revolve around emotions. It's so funny. I guess that it's all of us. I guess we all just kind of avoid things that are scary, and sometimes emotions can be scary. But if you look at this 2 of Swords, it says peace. It could be very peaceful to just tune everything out. I mean, with all due respect to her, look at her. She's gotten herself at the edge of this dock, up against this water. No one can approach her from behind. I mean, you know, not without a boat or like going to a great amount of effort. No one can approach her from behind. And with her 2 swords, she cuts off people from acknowledging her in the front. And then she doesn't really have eyes, so she can't really see anybody who's coming towards her. So she's protected, sort of. But the universe is saying she has to make the choice to put down the swords and acknowledge these emotions. Make a choice to, you know, to move forward, right? She has to get up and deal with things. So let's start clarifying. Cancer, I'm very interested. Right now the universe says you're in this 10 of Swords energy. You feel like a sense of ruin. Something is changing and you don't like it. But I always interpret that as like an ego death. So if, you know, somebody's getting closer to you and it's hard for you and you don't want to let them, but you do want to let them, that's just ego death. Don't worry about that. That's fine. We can totally talk about, you know, what's toxic and what's healthy. But what I have heard and what I always think about is what does this relationship or what does this situation bring into your life? Is it positive? Is it uplifting? Does it bring gifts into your life? Not always material. I mean, sometimes maybe it brings banana bread into your life. Oof, keep it. I don't care what it is. If it's toxic, but the banana bread is good, just keep it. I'm real sorry. Maybe it's just consideration or understanding, right? If a situation brings gifts into your life, it's a good situation. If the situation takes things from you and does not give, that's a toxic situation. So what I'm saying is, know the difference between the two, because if you're going through an ego death because someone wants to get close to you or because you're trying to be vulnerable and it's hard, know the difference. If you're trying to do this to open up to somebody or a situation that is giving you something, then it's good to have that ego death. It's good to let your walls down. But if you're doing it because you're being forced to do it or because it's expected of you, or if for some reason you feel like you really do have to guard yourself, use your discernment, Cancer. Universe says you're going through changes. I'm going through changes, and that's good. If it's an ego death, then it's probably for the best. And it's, you know, it's a good thing to polish yourself off and make yourself vulnerable and available to people so that they can see the beautiful gemstone you are underneath, Cancer. But slow and steady, okay? It is okay to take your time with things, to take your time with adjustment. Time is not real anyway. It's just made up in our minds. Universe says they want you to prioritize this debauch. Look at you. You're getting the green light to go ahead and like pursue sensual things in your life. Look how intertwined they are. She's got her leg hooked in his and he's like gripping her and she's holding on to him super tightly, and there are all those cups just with them, and they're underneath that moonlight. And oh, you know, Spirit wants you to find things like that. Prioritize those feelings. Movement into balance. Okay, so if you feel like you're in this place of ruin, if you feel like you're failing, that's not true. You're not failing. You're being redirected. The universe is saying that this is just you moving into balance, to understand all aspects of a situation. You know, you can feel like you've lost. You can feel like a loser, but you're not a loser. And so you have to integrate both aspects of yourself. Even if you feel like a loser, you still deserve to be rewarded with things. The universe is going to reward you whether you want it or not. Sorry. So, it's just accepting different parts of yourself. You are allowed to be sensual and want sensual things, even if you feel like you don't deserve it. It's a common misconception. Okay, that leads back to beliefs about who you are. And the thing about our habits, we establish these based on our beliefs. If we grow up in a situation where we're not allowed to share our needs, we start to believe that our needs are not as important as others, and so we don't, we don't value them. And that changes our habits later on. So we should talk about that. If you have those kinds of beliefs, those are not necessarily conducive to like healthy growth. So you need to understand that you are totally worth it. You deserve it. That's what happens, actually. You are worth it, and you do deserve to be happy. And that integration. When we get the forgiveness card, because it's a self-love reading, I always think of this as self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is very important. It allows us to take emotional space from a situation by telling ourselves, we might have been responsible, because let's be clear, it takes two people to be in a relationship or to be in an argument or to be in a conflict. It could be at work. It could be you and work having a conflict, or you and one particular person, or you and one particular person at your house, or in your family, or your spouse, or your partner, or whatever it is. It takes two people. So if there is a situation that escalates, forgive yourself for those things. Even if it was today, even if it was 20 minutes ago, tell yourself, man, when I get heated, I just, I'm really not good at expressing myself. I'm sorry, that I don't know how to let my feelings out the right way. Tell myself that. Tell yourself that. I'm sorry that I don't know how to do that. I am gonna try harder, because any apology has to include promised changed behavior, and then you have to change the behavior. Just tell yourself I really am gonna try in the future. And then even if you get into a conflict 4 minutes from now, try to think, okay, I'm not gonna raise my voice. I'm not gonna pursue an argument. If it's dying down, I'm not gonna kick it back up again. I'm not gonna feel the need to defend myself. If we're in a relationship with anybody, parents, siblings, anybody, those people are in our lives for a reason. Hopefully it's because we choose to have them in our lives. And if we choose to have them in our lives, then by right, honest to goodness, by right, if we're choosing to have these people in our lives, then we should automatically be giving them the benefit of the doubt and receiving the benefit of the doubt. If I bring you into my life, if you're a friend of mine, if you are a partner of mine, I promise, I'm not gonna look at you and think that your motives for doing things is to be mean to me or to hurt me, because that would not be a good, healthy relationship. So I promise to always look at you and think, that I will consider your motivations. So like if this happened, if I come home and dinner's not ready, I come home and it's usually ready, and I come home and dinner's not ready, instead of being like, what the fuck, where's my dinner? I'm gonna be like, oh, hey babe, you had a good day? What was up? You didn't get a chance to make dinner, you need some help? I promise to never like think negatively about your motivation to me, I promise. Because I don't think that's helpful. So if you go into a situation, you know, where someone is doing those things, you have to forgive yourself for allowing that. And then tell yourself in the future, we're not going to allow that. And then if it comes up, you have to try to remember to integrate those things. What the universe wanted you to prioritize, put more energy into, is pursuing, being in this masculine energy of your heart, pursuing what it is that your heart wants, Cancer, which could be this debauchery. But like if you are stuck in this ruin, then you're not going to go after that. If you want to be more sensual with somebody, but you were stuck in the past or in this sense of defeat, maybe you and your partner, you know, you had like a bad time, but now you're moving past that, or like you're really trying to move past that, because the King of Cups knows what's in his heart. So say you did have a really hard time, but this is your spouse and you love them, and you want to just move forward. That holding on to that sense of ruin is going to hold you back. Omens. Maybe you've seen signs. Maybe you're seeing signs. I know a lot of people look at numerology. They see like that 111 is like new beginnings, or 444 is protected. Maybe you see hawks, omens. But moving towards this, whatever makes you happy, this what's in your heart, this King of Cups energy, is going to bring you joy, Cancer. Yeah, getting out of your own way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Huh, that sounds very Cancer-esque, getting out of your own way. In this position of what the universe wants you to acknowledge, to be more authentic with yourself, is this illusion that you are separate, Cancer, okay? You're not by yourself. You're not alone. No matter your choices, you won't be alone. I mean, at the very least, you have me. If you have nobody else, hit me up on Instagram. We'll talk, Cancer. I promise. I'm very accepting. I'm tolerant of most things. Defeated behavior, though, I'm not really a big fan of. We can't be babying ourselves. We always have to be trying to move forward and better ourselves. Because, to be honest, you don't want to be a burden on other people, Cancer. Like, you really don't. Not that you are. I'm just saying that people who can't help themselves can't move forward. And when we attach ourselves to energy like that, we too can't move forward. So in allowing yourself to move on, you allow others to move forward too. And being in this energy where you feel like you're alone is very... illusionary. It's not real. Go ahead and look at the situation. You know, be discerning though. Like, you can have family who doesn't support you, and in that sense, yeah, maybe you're alone, but you might have friends who support you, and that's like having family that supports you. I came from a very unsupportive background, very unsupportive, but I have lots of friends and family, people that I've carefully cultivated over the years. I'm not an introvert, but I only have like very like select few that have people I've pared down where like I can trust them with my life. They are my family no matter what, through and through. I can depend on them years and years later. Like you're not alone, Cancer, and the universe is saying is you have to scrap that idea. Like, you have to let go of that to be more authentic with yourself. I think that if you're in this ruin sense, that it could be related to that. If you feel alone, then it could be related to, you know, this sense of like ruin. Oh, I just, no one understands how bad I feel. I'm just so alone. But you're not, because like you have this desire, and the universe is saying, yeah, if you want to be sensual, go and be sensual. You know, go and like connect with people. Because, oh, they're connected in that card, honey. Look, this new day. Yeah, Cancer. I think it's interesting that she's in the moon and the new day comes up with the sun. So try to strip yourself of these illusions. Yeah, because it's going to lead to this transformation, okay? I don't want you to think that you're draining in any way. I don't mean to imply that. But I do want to make it clear that, you know, to be in a relationship or to be on a team or to be a part of something, you have to be working for it. When one part of the machine slows down, it makes it harder for the rest of the machine to go. Think about cars, right? There's 4 tires on a car. If you're working on a team and one tire goes flat, you have to stop. The rest of the team can't support that weight for very long, and then that other part is just going to continue to break down. You don't want to be a flat tire. But that energy of being alone will cause you to push other people away, and that would make you not part of the team. You all have to be working towards the same goal, and if your goal is to push other people away because you believe that you're alone, then that's negatively affecting your habits. And self-love, these messages are designed to show us areas where, you know, we have developed patterns of giving but not receiving. Or some people receive, but they can't give because they believe they're alone. Oof. I imagine that would be very hard to be around people, but to feel like you're not being seen, or that you're not being, appreciated, or whatever it is that causes you to feel alone. Look into love languages too. That's always really important. We don't receive love always the way that we would want to receive love, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are not receiving love. We are just not receiving it in the way that we would think best. I'm a Pisces, quality time. I don't give a crap what we're doing together. I just could not. You want to go to the freaking ballet or the symphony orchestra? Down. Hands down. You want to go to O'Reilly's and look at auto parts? I don't know what we're looking at, but I'll go with you. You want to go fishing? I literally would not touch a fish to save anybody's life. No offense. Oh my God, what if it was flopping? No. But I would go. I would sit there and just, watch you be happy fishing. I don't care what we're doing. Do you need somebody to go with you to the DMV and you're going to be there for like 4 hours? I will go and I will keep you laughing the entire time. Quality time is my love language. Not everybody's time love language is quality time. Some people's quality time could be gifts, or love language could be gifts. Maybe instead of being able to spend time with you, they buy you a bag. To do with a bag, and then you sit there thinking, well, they're not thinking about me, but maybe for them that is them thinking about you. So you just have to, be discerning what kind of energy is in your environment. Universe said they want you to give up on this idea that you should settle. You should just stop at the 9 of Cups and happiness is good enough. Maybe I'm not in a relationship. Maybe I feel this sense of defeat about being alone, and I want to go after something and be sensual and be in love, but I just don't think that's going to happen for me. I don't think love is going to happen for me, but that's okay because I'm fine. I'm happy. Happy's enough. It's enough to be happy. Universe is saying you need to let go of that idea. Let go of that 9 of Cups, because the 10 of Pentacles is right there. Bam, 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 bam. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Good job, Cancer. I always believed in you. Psychic developments. Okay, there we go. So you suppressing those other needs. If you have this need for debauchery, for sensuality, darling, for this King of Cups, if you really want love, and you're suppressing that and being like, no, happiness is enough. You're suppressing part of your needs, part of like who you are, like what you want, and that suppresses your intuition, because the less you listen to yourself, the less you can be in alignment with yourself. Ancient wisdom, baby. Okay, so when I think about this card, I always think about how trees are the way trees, okay, sorry. It doesn't matter what you do to a tree, besides cut it down, it's going to be the same tree. Like if I take an elm tree, which I don't know if it grows straight, let's just assume the elm trees go straight up and down, parallel to the ground, perpendicular to the ground, I think is what it is, perpendicular to the ground. Vertical, I don't know. Anyway, trees go from the ground, right? But let's say you put it on a cliff where there's lots of wind. That tree is going to bend, it's still going to be the same kind of tree. It's still not going to turn into a coniferous tree and start dropping cones everywhere, right? Like, no, it's going to be the same tree. And regardless what you go through, if you let go of this idea that, like, oh, I have everything I need, if you let go of this idea that, like, happiness is enough, you're going to be yourself still. But you're going to end up with what you want in the end, because we have that Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is not just, I have what I need for the moment. The Ten of Pentacles is, I have what I need for generations to come. It's a tree, and the tree is dropping fruit if you see it, right? If the tree bears fruit, if a tree bears fruit, it could bear fruit for like 30 years or something like that. That's like lifetime stability. That's lasting. It says wealth, right? But I mean, it doesn't actually show any pentacles. It just shows these bulbs on the tree. And it has these two people. And to me, I see this as like a tree, even if it doesn't bear fruit, can last a very long time. I have no idea how long trees last, how long they live. They can live forever, I guess. And these two people here, they're gathered around that tree and they're holding on to each other. This is stability that lasts just the longest of any time. It just continues on. And you can have that, but you have to let go of the idea that, oh, happiness is enough. And the Nine of Pentacles, it's enough. I could be in a relationship where I love somebody and, you know, we don't need to have passion. Happiness is enough. I can be in a relationship with somebody I love completely, but, you know, we don't need to have trust. You know, love is enough. Or I can be in love with somebody who yells at me constantly and puts me down and sometimes throws things at me and maybe once or twice hits me. I don't need respect. I have love. You know, they have money. Ooh, I have support. Nope. You have to have it all. Gotta have it all, baby. Gotta take that good and that bad. And be discerning about what's right for you. If you believe that happiness is right for you, then, you know, you're just denying yourself something that's for you. And unfortunately, the problem with that is like, yeah, no, I'm super sorry. Totally Cancer, you're in charge of yourself. You can do whatever you want. The only problem with that is the universe is always trying to teach us lessons. And at the end of the lesson, there's that test. And if we get to the end of the test, we can get a reward if we pass the test, or we get another lesson if we don't. And so it just continues lesson, 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 test. Lesson, test. It just keeps going around. Yeah. So let's bring in some of that healing energy, Cancer. The universe says now that you need to make some kind of decision. You're gonna have to do it, babe. You're just gonna have to take those swords down and make some movement. You know which direction you want to go. So it's not like the universe is saying, do this thing that I made up. No. You want to do it. The universe is just saying, hey, go ahead. You don't have to stay in this energy that you're alone all the time. You don't have to stay in this energy that you're meant to be alone. Absolutely no one's meant to be alone, because if everyone was meant to be alone, we would be by ourselves. Note that the universe made us individual, but it did not make us individuals. Or note the universe made us individuals, but it didn't make us individual. There are many, many of us. And like, why would that be if we didn't need each other? Don't sit in this idea that you can't have help, or you know, you're alone, or you're always going to be alone, or you need to be alone. Strip yourself of those illusions, baby. Get rid of those ideas. Okay, that's a false narrative. You and I can talk about it. You know, but you have to let go of whatever it is that's holding you back. And if what's ever keeping you from moving forward is anger, you've got to let go of that too. Okay, that's my last card, Cancer, but I'm going to do a quick recap. So what I see here is this sense of ruin, okay? Something hasn't worked out in the past, or the behaviors that you've used to get through in the past are no longer working. And that's kind of like putting, it's kind of like polishing up your little gem, right? Your ego is going to have to be smoothed away to make way for new ways of doing things. But that's going to allow you to showcase more of who you are, that gem, that beautiful gem underneath. Okay? The universe is saying you need to prioritize more sensuality in your life. And you need to give yourself the go-ahead to pursue things that are in your heart. The universe wants you to move forward in these areas. But it also acknowledges that you were stuck sort of in this belief that maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship, or maybe you shouldn't be with other people, or maybe you can't be, or that for whatever the reason, you are alone. And the universe wants you to acknowledge that, but then get out of that energy. Because that's not healthy energy. That's an illusion energy. Instead, they want you to, really try to reach for fulfillment, because they want you to give up on this idea that the 9 of Cups is enough, that 9 is fine. No, honey. We're striving for the 10. Let's go for the 10. Okay, you can find that 10. You can have the 10, Cancer, but you have to make that choice for yourself. Okay, babe? There's something back here you just don't want to deal with, and you think that whatever it is, you're going to ignore it, and that you just don't have to deal with it because where you are is enough. But Cancer, you are more than enough. You are more than enough, and you deserve more than enough. You deserve a 10. You're a 10. 10 for 10. Cancer, I hope that helped. If you need anything else, I have an Instagram and I have an email address in the box below. Go ahead and hit me up, okay? Have a good day.